Art students, we are moving into lesson 6-7, and that starts on page 237 in your textbook. The objective of this lesson is to be able to solve quadratic equations such as x squared minus 10x plus 7 equals 0 by completing the square and adding the same number to the other member. We're going to jump right on in with an example, okay? And this example is on page 237 in your textbook. Solve x squared minus 10x plus 7 equals 0. The first step is going to be to write the equation, okay? So x squared minus 10x plus 7 equals 0. Step 2. Add negative 7 to each member. Leave a space for completing the square, okay? So I know that x squared minus 10x plus 7 minus 7 equals 0 minus 7. I'm running out of room there. Well, 7 minus 7 is just going to give me 0, right? So I can write x squared minus 10x, and I'm going to leave a blank for completing the squared, equals 0 minus 7, which is just negative 7. Now I'm going to complete the square. So remember, completing the square, we divide that coefficient of the center term by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then we square that. So 5 squared is 25. So x squared minus 10x plus 25 equals negative 7 plus 25. Because you need to add that term to both members of the equation. Okay? Now we're going to transform the equation to the square of a binomial, okay? So we're going to say x minus 5 squared equals, and negative 7 plus 25 will give me positive 18, okay? The reason we are able to go into this form is because the square root of 25 is 5, and that center term is 2 times 5. Okay? Now this equation is in a form that we can solve it. It's just like the problems from section 6-4. So let's look at that now. We have x minus 5 squared equals 18. The first thing we're going to do is take the square root of both sides. This is going to leave us with the absolute value of x minus 5, absolute value sign, equals the square root of 18. And now to solve for the absolute value, we're going to do x minus 5 equals plus or minus the square root of 18. And then x equals plus or minus the square root of 18 plus 5. I can then solve this by doing positive square root of 18 plus 5, or the negative square root of 18 plus 5. My solution set is going to be 9 and 24 hundredths and 0 and 76 hundredths.